Evening, gang. It's Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026. Welcome along to tonight's little chat show, boys and girls. Now, for some reason, I have a blank piece of paper in front of me. Usually, I've got my my YouTube menu up where I've looked at things over the course of a few days and added them in bits and pieces. And another piece of paper in front of me with other bits that I've just suddenly thought of. Or have, found scraps of paper. Oh, yeah, that's for that. And there's nothing on it. So it might be... might be a little bit of a short show today, but we'll see how we go. All right, my darlings. I'm back from Germany. Of course, I got back from Cologne. I say Germany, it's such a large place. It really is. I mean, not as big as Australia. I always remember when I've been to Australia, and I've been luckily enough, I've been 5 times. Not recently. I think it's over 10 years ago since I last went there. It's a long journey, it's a really, really long journey. But I always remember when you leave Sydney and you get on a plane and perhaps you're having a little bit of a snooze and you wake up 5 hours later and you say, you look at the clock and 5 hours has passed. Let's have a look at that little map. The one that you've got on the back of the seat in front of you, or, of course, on the pull-out screen for Roy. If you've got one on the back of the thing there, and you look at the map, and you're still flying off over Australia. It's such a huge place. I don't think people realise how big that is. Not like going on a train, like 10 hours later you're in Scotland, or flying to Scotland is like an hour. I think it's about an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, it was actually quicker flying back from Cologne to the UK than it is flying back from sort of Inverness, if you see what I mean there. I got on this plane and the excitement of taking off now, when you perhaps first not been on a plane very often and you sit there and you want to be by the window, don't you? And you want to look out the window and see the plane taking off, and a lot of vloggers, they're filming all this. How many times can you see a plane going off there? And they're outside the window, and you see it taking off, and the clouds and all that, and it's lovely and all that. Once you've been on quite a few times, you're like, oh well, we're going to take off soon. I'll just close my eyes for a bit, and indeed I did that. Coming back from Cologne, I always get an aisle seat. So that if I need to go to the toilet, I don't have to step over. If I had I think if I had a window seat, I'd probably want to go to the toilet more times than if I've got an aisle seat, because in my head, oh God, I've got to ask to step over them again in a minute. I'm sure I've got a problem with how I think about things like that, like going to the toilet and stuff like that. And so I always have an aisle seat, and I choose an aisle seat. And the plane goes off, and to see out the window, you kind of you've got to look past the other person. But I don't bother anymore. I just kind of close my eyes, and you can feel the plane going along, and then it goes over these bumps, doesn't it? Like that, Was that a cat? I don't know. I don't, or a cyclist maybe, like that as it goes over like that. But I don't open my eyes. I think, no, the pilot knows what they're doing. And gradually it goes along. And then you do... Sometimes you feel it getting faster. And then that kind of lifting feeling, that you get in you when the plane is taking off. Do you know that feeling you get? Well, sometimes I'm passed out at this point. And this indeed happened in Germany. I remember closing my eyes. And then I remember... Excuse me, sir. Oh, would you like something to eat, sir? Oh, yeah, please. I've got the vegetarian thing. Oh, okay, I'll go and get that for you, sir. And I started eating this. And I was about halfway through the meal. Bing, bing. Oh, good evening, everyone. Just to let you know, we're now starting our descent into Heathrow. And I'm like, you what? I'm halfway through this meal. So I don't know, maybe I'd been passed out for 20 minutes or so, maybe. But it's a short flight coming from Germany. And this is, you fly because it's so short. That being said, once you add on the time you spend at the airport and either milling around the shops or in a lounge somewhere or something like that, It's probably comparable to going on the train, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Trains are so expensive, especially in this country. Not over in Germany. Oh no, very efficient, very clean, no rubbish, no peasants in the middle of carriages shouting at each other. No one's playing loud music for everyone else on there to listen to. No dodgy, there didn't seem to be any dodgy people on this train whatsoever. And when my hotel was quite near not a train station, light rail, what's it called? Tram. Was near an electric tram station, and I didn't get on one in the end, and I wanted to, and I kind of ran out of time to get on one. I didn't want to go anywhere on it. Well, I wanted to go somewhere. I just wanted to go on the tram. Do you see what I mean? And from what I saw, because you had to walk across a tram line, and the German people are not stupid, right? Like they are here. So many stupid people here. They don't need a level crossing. No money has been spent with this great arm coming down like that. No, just a light. Just a red light. That's it. When the red light comes on, you don't cross. It's not hard, is it, when you think about it? You don't cross. And I had to go across this little thing. And there were two lines. One going that way, one going that way. And as you got to the side of the two lines going across there, people would wait there, and you could clearly see, is there a tram coming that way? Nope. Is there a tram there at the station? Because the station was right next to the bit where you cross, right? The station's there. Right? Is there a train in the station? Maybe there was, or maybe there wasn't. Are there people getting on? Yes, they are. Which is means it's unlikely it's going to start moving, is it? Besides, the red light was on, and people would cross over. The red light came on, bang, that's it. Everyone stops. They don't try and get over, and maybe I'll make it before the train comes over, before the tram comes over, or maybe the train will crush me underneath me and I will die. They're not that stupid. You've seen it here, haven't you? You've seen it here. People on level crossings, on bikes. One comes down and the other comes down. They don't join up, so you can basically crisscross through the two bits in the middle, can't you? You see videos of it, of YouTube. People doing that. Stupid people who think they're going to make the train. You do not realise how fast these trains are when they come along sometimes. They are so fast. And if you get under a train, it's not or you might die. No, you will. Extremely high chance that you'll be dead as soon as that train hits you. Even a slow speed, 10 mile an hour. What do you think do you think you're going to drop that? You're going to stop that train? Do you think when the wheels reach you, they're going to stop because no, they go straight over, and you'll possibly derail the train as well. I suppose putting all those other people in. Not in Germany, dear. No one tries to cross just in case they make it in time. The red light comes on, they stand there, and it's the same at the roads as well. Red light comes on, people stand and wait patiently. And I've found this in many, many other countries. When the red light, the little red man comes on, they wait there. Can't see any cars coming? Doesn't matter. They're going to wait until that green light comes on. I also observed traffic in Germany. The red light comes on, they stop. End off. They stop. The cars. No one seems to break a red light. Interesting, isn't it? They also have cycle lanes there, which are pretty dangerous if you dare to step in one. Very, very similar as in Fuerteventura, okay? You step in a cycle lane, the bike is unlikely to stop. You'll just get a mouthful of abuse because they own the road, don't they? I mean, I'm a cyclist myself, but there you go. And to be fair, it is quite annoying when you have a dedicated cycle lane and people walk in it. Not just cross, they walk in it on their own or with a pram, and if you as a cyclist get close to them, the pram pusher gives you a mouthful of abuse. Well, what are you doing in the sun? There's a pavement there, love. Push it on the pavement. But there's a definitely lack of stupidity in Germany, which we seem to have here, don't we? Anyway, so I never managed to get on the tram, which but that's the way it is. But so clean, it looked to me like it was clean. Everyone waited for people to get on. No one pushing the way on like they do at Richmond round here. You know, no one's pushing to get on before the other people have got off. They wait for everyone to come off, and it just works so well. And the doors close. When the door closes, that's when the red light comes on, and instantly people stop. They don't try and cross the road. Red light's on. We ain't gonna try and cross over. And I thought the whole transport thing ran very well, and it was only €3.80, which I suppose is about £3.40, to get from the airport to near where my Cologne Cathedral, near where my hotel was. The only thing is that at the Cologne, I can't think of the name of the stop now. It's not called Cologne Cathedral, but when you come out of there, there's a couple of different exits, and I come out the wrong one, adding about 10 minutes to my walk to the hotel. But you know, that's okay. I was in a foreign country, looking around. Oh yeah, you know, it's interesting. That's interesting. Do you know what I mean? So that was good. But €3.80. On the way back, I intended to do exactly the same and get the train again and wheel because I knew the entrance now, the ones I go to get into the station. I intended to do exactly the same and get a train for €3.80, except it was very grey and clouds, and now and again it was pouring down with rain, and it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk to the cathedral with a fairly light case on wheels. That would have been okay, but I had visions of me getting soaked, so I got an Uber cab, and that was £25. Okay, so £3.50 or £25, whatever. But you are on holiday. Don't scrimp and save on holiday, please. You know, if you see something, I don't know, something for eating, you know, oh my God, it's £20 for that pizza. Well, what you going to do? Starve to death instead? Is that what you're going to do? Starve to? Just spend the money, dear, and be done with it. You're on holiday, for God's sake. It's funny, talking of holidays, I'm still looking at Japan at the moment, and I typed in to chat CPD. Do you know, I can never remember what it's called. Hang on a minute. ChatGPT, that's it. I typed in into ChatGPT on the advice of the delightful Roy, regular correspondent and music maker to some of the jingles that I do on my radio show, luxury Japan holiday plan, you know. And I can't believe how intricate it made it. And I'm going to look at that in a little bit. First thing I think we'll do on the show today, we're going to have a little look at that, because myself and a lot of other people. Oh no, we won't be using what is it again? ChatGPT. Don't need that. And then it came along, and it was actually my sister's husband that said to use it for making the little thumbnails for the YouTubes. So I started doing that. And then I started using it to make the description and the title and keywords, which is all to do with YouTube, right? So when you see that description, for example, on today's chat show, that's all done with ChatGPT now. I tell it what's in the show and it elaborates on it. And it can make it funny. You can put at the end, make it humorous. You know, because I'm a very humorous person. I keep telling my sister that. You know, I'm a very humorous person. Oh, yeah, do you think so, do you? I don't find you funny. She would say something like that. You can type in humorous, make it exciting, make it like an adventure, and the ChatGPT will change the description to match what you're asking. And it's really good. Sometimes there might be an extra bit in there. I think that's not in the show, and that's quite easy. You copy paste it and you remove that bit, or you can add bits to it. That's fine. You can do that. But it's very clever, and now I'm using this thing, something I thought I'd never use, you know. Well, Roy the other day says, you know, it can arrange a holiday for you. Tell it what you want and let it plan it out. I mean, I'm amazed what it's come back with. I'll come to that in a bit, okay? If you'd like to join in on the show tonight, it's very easy, gang. You can send us a message by text. or you can send us a message by email. If you are trying to send me a message in the YouTube chat box, I am not in that. Okay, and the reason I'm not in that is because there's so many people talking to each other, it becomes very confusing of what messages are mine and what messages you are to each other. So I'm not in it at all now. I gave up. It just became impossible. I gave up with that. All right, so to send me a message, either use the email just down there, okay, or the text number above. The text number above will only work if you're on a UK phone, and the text number is 07451 287 337. 07451 287 337. It's a normal local text number. It's not premium rate, okay? So if you were to text one of your mates, it works exactly the same as that. Alrighty, so we'll have a look to see if we've got any messages already on the show tonight. We'll start off with the emails for a change. Matt Martins is there. Good evening, Matt. Matt Martins in Canada. Just wanted to let you know that Jake, hello Jake, that's his little boy, and I are watching along this evening. They went to a nice Palm Sunday mass, didn't you, earlier? Yeah, I saw the pictures of that. He says, are you planning to open up the phone lines at any point during tonight's show? Yes, probably. Likely, yeah. We just finished watching the comments and questions show from yesterday. It's a good thing that Jake is not in charge of sending you any correspondence at this point, because he's far too honest. And just finished pointing out a stain on the jumper you were wearing that he noticed as you were getting up and sitting down in your chair near the end of today's show. Oh, was there? Oh, not to worry. I'll put it in the washing machine. I'll put it in there for you, okay? By the way, we absolutely always watch your shows until the end, just to answer the question you put out there yesterday. Thank you very much, Matt Martin. I did ask, actually, I rang up my sister yesterday, and she was asleep in the on the settee. And I says, I can't remember what I said now. I said, how long have you been asleep? She said, well, I started watching your show, and I've woken up. You've woken me up now. And it's still on. I send her to sleep, apparently, not to worry. Hello to Austin Groves, who's here an hour earlier tonight. Oh, yeah, I suppose it is, really. Yeah, it's an hour. Is it an hour earlier? You're an hour earlier, and I start an hour later. Is that right? I don't know how it works. Carl Shaw is there. Hello to Carl. Hello, welcome to you, sir. Good day in Germany. It was really good there. Really good there. The people are great there, aren't they? Yes, they are. Very, very friendly people. Very, very friendly and very efficient. You know, I had a liking to a restaurant there called 12 Apostle, which I went in there 3 times. I had 2 lots of pizza and two, not all on the same evening. Although, you know, we'll do the weight thing a little bit later on. Not quite working out as I thought it might do this Lent, but there we go. We'll have a look at that later. I went in there and had 2 pizzas on 2 different occasions and a spaghetti arabato. I can never say the words properly. Which was blooming lovely. Not quite hot enough for me, as in spices, but it was still really nice. And nice staff. Really, really friendly staff in there, and it was quite busy as well. Anyway, that's my fatness talking for you. Emma's there. Hello, Emma Jacobs. Hello, my love. Just to let you know, my daughter, Neve. Is that her name, Neve? Is that an Irish name? Neve. That sounds Irish. I think that's an Irish name. My daughter, Neve, loves your show and me, and you're always so happy to cheer us up. Love, Emma and Neve in Essex there. Thank you to you two. And welcome along to our little show. All right, my darlings. Over on the text there, Mark Bowles is there. Evening, Mark. Good evening, sausage fingers. What's new? What's the story? Morning glory. Well, have you really? I'd like to see that. Thank you, Mark. Patricia in Manchester is loving the saxophone on the intro music. It's good, isn't it? That's the full-length version you get now, just before the show on a Sunday night. I do intend at some point to make a video to go along with that, like an opening video that we can play before 6 o'clock. I've done a few over the years. Not in the last sort of 5 years, though, I haven't. Well, when I used to do this show every morning, believe it or not, at 9 o'clock every morning, and that's I think that was I stopped doing that just after COVID and started doing my little radio show instead. But yeah, and there was always an opening video just before 9 o'clock that would go on for like 3, 4, 5 minutes, just like a warm up type thing. And I do intend to make one to go along to that music as well. It's finding a time to do things because we're very busy, very busy. Look, busy. Look, April. Very busy. April, very busy. May, very busy person, dear. Very busy. What's in April? Oh, another holiday. Malta. As well as kind of holiday type things, though, I'm kind of treating them now as a little job as well. And the job is to make a video. I'm kind of treating them as little jobs now, and I get there, and I immediately think, oh, that might be quite nice to take people along now or that along there, and I would imagine I don't always get it right. I've got to be honest with you, and I must ask you the question: if you were watching any of the German videos, and please be quite honest, please be quite honest. When I was number 1 walking along the river, and then number 2. On the boat, okay? They were both average length videos, I think, anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour. Did you find them boring? Okay. I have had some emails in on the comments and questions show, which is every Saturday. Goes live it's not a live show as in me like I'm live here now. I'm sitting here, it's 23 minutes past 6 on a Sunday night. I am sitting here with you, yeah. The comments and questions show is recorded quite early actually on Saturday morning. This week, 7:15 I was recording in the morning. And then I let it go. Well, once it's all put together, I let it go at 6 o'clock at night. So that's every Saturday. And a few people wrote in because I had mentioned this on one of the videos. Did you find it boring? And generally, I don't think anyone said that they found it boring. But I still think it might have been a bit boring and you were just too nice to say anything. While I'm sort of walking along, and literally, well, what is there to look at? Oh, there's some buildings over there. Oh, that's the water over there. Oh, that's an interesting thing over there. And I think, but when I get back, I think that was quite a long video. And what did I actually show you? You know what I mean? And it is literally the same as you walking down the river. And that's what I'm kind of trying to portray across. I'm not trying to teach you anything. If I know something about something as I'm going along, I'll say, oh, by the way, I know that was built in 2015 or whatever. I haven't sat there like the excellent BBC documentaries do and written everything down and got a plan and this is this, which probably YouTube would tell you to. If you spoke to a YouTube head person, I would imagine, well, actually, what you should have done is researched this and which is great, and also takes a lot more time. I tend to go out, as you might well do in another place that you're not familiar with, and just walk around. That's how I wanted it to come across. But when I got back to the room and I put it together, and I thought, oh, I don't know, is this going to be a bit boring for people? You just never know, really. So yeah, I'm going to ask you now, did you find either or any of those German videos boring? And if so, what was it boring? What was boring? Was it just the fact that I'm just holding this camera while I'm on a boat along the river? I mean, things do happen. Don't get me wrong, those two good-looking fellas who sat next to me. It's not surprising, is it? They probably saw me. But God blimey, he's good-looking, and they come and sit next to me. And it was quite nice, as Matt Martin mentioned in one of his messages to the comments and questions show. This bloke sat next to me and his mate. He was German and his mate was Austrian, and they work together and they both live in Austria. And he got a bag there. And I did say, at first I said, would you like to be on this video? And the bloke sitting there, the older lad sitting next to me, he said, oh, no, that's okay. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. I only asked once. And then once I started doing it, I said, and I think I said something, I don't think they want to talk to us. And then he said, oh, that's okay. You know, he changed his mind, which is great. So we was able to bring them on the camera, and he had a little bag. I said, "Is that something to read?" "Oh no, it's something I bought my son," and he produced from this bag a Batman comic, and I think a little Batman character, or there was something else. I remember the Batman comic, and I thought, you know, that's a lovely thing, you know, to see a dad and he's taking his little boy back a little present, you know, which is really nice to see. And there were just moments like that randomly happen. Nothing is planned. I haven't planned it, you know. But the only thing I was going to say, I sometimes I plan the cooking videos, but again, then I don't. Not really. There's a recipe in front of me, but we rarely stick to that, as you will see on Tuesday. Tuesday, this week, boys and girls, there is a new cooking video out. It's already made, and I show you how to make campfire stew, okay, which is a very spicy thing. You can make it either with meat or vegetarian option, whichever you want to do. So I'll be showing you that on Tuesday. That will be live at 6 o'clock on this channel. Okay, and once again, I've got this thing, the menu in front of me there, and I don't really quite stick to it. But, you know, planning things, it can always go terribly wrong, can't it? Anyway, there we are. Jet from Canterbury's there. Hello, Jet. The definition of a gentleman is a man who can play the bagpipes, but doesn't. Oh, that noise. Oh, God. You know, bagpipes are a funny thing, aren't they? Right, you start off, oh, it's quite nice. 5 minutes later, oh, please, how much longer is this going to go on? And they walk up and down they walk. Oh, that noise. Oh, it gives me a headache. I don't know if is Marion from the church here at all. I don't know. Marion from the church. She must be used to bagpipe because she's Scottish. Marion from the church is Scottish. And I shall now reveal to you, she is the one that got the Lindt bunny. Those of you that were watching the chocolate museum, it was for Marion at the church. All the other ladies were so disappointed. They all thought it was going to be them. I could see them looking over while I was playing the organ this morning. They're looking over to see if I've got a bag here, but it was hidden. It was hidden under the statue of Mary. My chocolate bunny for Marion. It was handed over this morning. She was very, very pleased with that. All right. Who we're just talking to there. Thank you, Jet. Jet says, oh, she's getting one of those cars that I've thought about. She's getting a Jaecoo J7. She's getting that from the dealership. Oh no, she's already picked it up. She's got a Jaecoo Chinese car, and I thought about it. Probably incorrectly. I thought to myself, I don't really know anything about Chinese cars. You know, forget the fact that most of your electronics has come from China, probably including this iPhone 14. You know, it's not a new one. The iPhone 14, it's second-hand I buy, under £300. Thank you very much. Under 300 quid, mate, for a phone. What did you pay for your brand new iPhone 13 or whatever it is? No, not 13. What are they on, 20? 21? Something like that? What did you pay for your brand new 20? Oh, well, I don't pay all that. I only pay £50 a month. Over how many months? 50 times what is that, my love? Huh? You're all mad buying new phones. Crazy. Or even, you know, buying the brand new phone, if you see what I mean. Even if you just go back a couple of models from the Apple store, you'll save hundreds of pounds. And besides, what does your phone, what does it do? It's a better screen resolution, is it? Oh, is it? You notice that with your eyes, do you? Oh, that picture's so much better than last phone. Do you? Do you really? I don't think so. How many more pixels is the camera? Why, didn't you like the pictures on your other phone? Oh, you did? But there's more pixels, are there? Oh, absolutely worth another £800. Pfft, not for me, mate. iPhone 14. Although I gather the new iPhone aren't they bringing out a brand new one for 600 quid or something? You see, again, 600 quid, £292. Thank you, or for whatever it was. You know, more money to spend on a nice little holiday. Thank you very much. And take you along with me. Thank you for being there. Yeah. Where were we? Jet. So she's now got a Jaecoo J7 from the dealership on Monday. She is loving it. It's such a smooth ride. I was always a smooth. Sorry. Such a smooth ride. I can't find anything bad to say about it. Even the built-in karaoke machine. Are you for real? What, in a car? And what have you sung so far, Jet? Have you done? Oh, please, not the ballads. No. If I, wherever you are. Please don't tell me you did that in the car. Or, and I will always love you. Mind you, that being said, when I'm in the car with my niece from Tracy and Ben Vlogs, we sing together in the car, really loud. There was a video some time ago that we made. I don't know if you saw it. It might have been on Facebook somewhere. I wouldn't be able to find it again until it comes up in one of those memory things. Midnight, not a sound on the table. All I want is a new life. Just a sad song, isn't it, really? Oh, dear, I'm sorry. I'm getting quite emotional. I get so emotional, baby. Anytime I've got a song for everything. A song for everything there, Jet. She's got a karaoke machine in the car. I can't believe it. Good evening to Sarah and Stu and Sarah and Stu. Hello to you two. It was a great weekend, thank you. Two karaokes. They both started really quiet this week. But both improved, although quite late on in the evening. Probably the Saturday one was better this week. There was a bit of a birthday party going on upstairs. What was his name? Miguel, who was there for his 21st birthday up at the pub where I do the karaoke, boys and girls. And they all came down afterwards, and it turned into a really good night, actually, Saturday there. Thank you. Good evening to Mike Reese-Ponto. Hello, Mikey. All right, my darling. Hello to Paul and Lou. Gary Ross, Mr. Kevin in Edgware. Hope you're doing good. Thank you very much, Kevin. He's enjoyed the Germany videos. Lovely Maureen is there. Good evening, Maureen. She did one of her ABBA classics last night. Fernando. There was something in the air la night. The stars are bright. Fernando. Love it. We love that one. Good evening to the lovely Zoe. Hello. Her baby niece Hayley was 1 on Friday. We had a birthday party today. Family one at my parents' house. Her mum made a lovely cake. Nothing better than a homemade cake, is there, eh? My nephew's wife. Sorry, that's buzzing away, that phone. Where can I put that so you can't hear that? On the floor. On the floor. My nephew's wife makes lovely cakes. Stacey from Gary and Stacey Vlogs. Oh, cakes to die for, I tell you. Thank you there, Zoe. I'm glad you had a nice time there. Carl and Dottie are there in Mablethorpe. Hello to you too. They love the jacket. Yeah, quite old, this one. In fact, I lost this a couple of weeks ago. I actually lost it. I got back home from work. I remember leaving the pub where I do the karaoke. That's at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Fridays and Saturdays, although I'm not there this coming Saturday because I'm playing the organ for the Easter Vigil, which is the first time I've ever done an Easter Vigil. And it's a little bit more complicated, but I think I'll be all right. I've got everything written down in the right order, and that's at 8 o'clock at night on Saturday at St Joseph's in Bracknell. Come and sing. We could always do with some good choir singers. Please, just 1 or 2 good choir singers. I mean, the noise that some of them make, dear. Thank you, Carl and Dottie. So it won't be this week, but usually Friday and Saturday at Central Station in King's Cross. Okay. Hello, I've got a message here from someone finishing in the numbers 472, but you haven't put your name on there, so I don't know who you are. It says, "Hi Chris, I use ChatGPT for my folder icons, and I start with, can you make me a photo, or can you write me a fun message? But it's so easy for me as I have dyslexic." Yeah, I've got dyslexic with numbers. Sometimes I'll be doing something that involves numbers and I'll swap the numbers around in my head and I write down a number, and I thought, that doesn't look right. And then when in further investigations, I discover that I've switched the numbers around. So I don't know who you are, but thanks for your message here. Phil's there from Devon, where the soil is red. Martian landscape in Devon. Evening, Chris. Loved your videos of Germany. I'm exactly the same when it comes to aisle seats on a plane. You can stretch your leg out a little bit more. Yeah, you can. It's so much better. Unless that trolley comes along and bangs your ankle. How painful is that? Could you be a little bit more careful with the trolley, please, love? Love the jacket, Chris. Very you, and that's Phil from Devon. Thank you, Phil. Lindt from London. Hi, Chris. Is that your new mug on the clock? I'm wondering for someone to notice that. Shania, I don't know if Shania's with us yet. I'll have a look. We're not quite far with the messages yet. But Shania will be devastated that her mug has now disappeared. It's a rotation here, you see, Shania. We try and rotate everything, my darling. It will make another appearance at some point. You know, who knows what it might be next week? It might be my blue elf. It could be my blue elf. Or it could be, and this is the actual witch. No witches at Easter. Hang on a minute. Oof. It could be my witch from the Wizard of Oz. I'm melting! Ah! How much do we love that? Oh, can't show that on the telly anymore. The kids will all get scared. Oh, please. Do us a favour, people. Please. No more of this wokery. It's doing my head in. Thank you. Yeah, Lynn in London. Is that your new mug? Yes, it is. Would you like a closer look? Now, I've got to tell you, I've just had a cup of tea in this, so it's going to be dirty inside. Hang on. And to just see that elephant. When I hear an elephant cry. Something like that. There you are. This was the one you actually saw being purchased by me in Starbucks right outside Cologne Cathedral. There we are. And there's the coloured houses I told you about. And that's all I bought myself back. Just a little souvenir. You know, as someone pointed out. Oh, why has that light gone off? There we are. I'm surprised Mark Bowles hasn't noticed that. Oh, the mirror ball isn't spinning. Oh, the on-air light isn't on. Oh, I forgot he's with us today. Sorry, Mark, I hope I haven't upset you, my love. He was 40 last week. Poor old soul. Barely get up out of the chair now, can't you, my love? I'll make you get up. I'll tell you that now. Where are we? I didn't find the walk or the boat trip boring personally. I thought they were great. It was like being with you. Yeah, exactly. So if you was to go along a walk along the river, I'm hoping that by watching that, you would have seen exactly the same as I saw. You know, maybe walking along and water looks nice and just staring at the water for a while. You know, plus that little what do you call it? That little stabilisation thing that I've got for the phone. I'm considering getting one of those little things. I mean, a lot of the family have got these now. These little camera things like that, little square thing like that, which I think would be much lighter and easier to carry. Although, if I remember rightly, I'm sure Martin, on occasions, has lost videos for that. I don't think he knows how he lost them either. I think that's the case. I'm sure Sharon has said before, "Oh, we've done this filming and the video's not there." I wonder, you know, maybe forgot to push the record button. I've done that on the camera. In fact, that walk along, you know, when those of you that saw the video, when I crossed over the bridge and there was the bird poo on the cars, and I come down the other side and walked along the river, I had to do that twice. Because I got to the end the first time and I looked at the camera to stop it and it was already stopped. I hadn't pushed the record button. I've done that so many times now. I don't know how I manage it. And it was a decent walk as well, wasn't it? 15, 20 minutes. So it's 15, 20 minutes there, not recorded. 20 minutes to walk back again and another 20 minutes. But that's okay because I walked back 20 minutes back over the bridge and popped in the toilet due to my IBS. Every cloud has a silver lining. Yes, it does. Thank you, Lynn. Hello to Dean. Chris, you're looking very smart. We try to be very smart, dear. We try to be very, very smart. Hello to the lovely Sarah. Hello, Sarah. New to the show, I think you are. At least new to the live shows. Hi, Chris. Love your shows. You will have to come to Norfolk for a boat trip on the Broads when it's warmer. All right. That's a great idea. Let me add that. Norfolk Broads boat trip. There we are. Oh, hang on, I can cross this one off here. Campfire stew, which someone asked us to do. That's on Tuesday, so okay. So I've added it to my list here. Would you like to see the list at the moment? There we go. These are the things on the list that we're going to be doing over the next period of time. There's no like time on this, you know. It's not like Tuesday, Thursday. I mean, that could be months away. But just general ideas that people are giving me of things to do. And we do them together, don't we? We do them together. We wait for the plumbing. Wait for the fixing the sink in the toilet. That's very, very concerning. Water and gas. Oof. I mean, electricity is bad enough. But at least, you know, if you electrocute yourself, you won't flood the house. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Shania is there. There she is. I thought as a good Catholic woman, I would have stayed up through Holy Week. Yes, I should hope so, my love. You have to. What can you do, Shania? Good evening to Sparky. Hello to you. And Mark said some delightful words. Who says, always some poor sod watching. That's you, isn't it, love? He's watching away there, aren't you? Watching away. The lovely Mark. Thank you, Mark. Was there one missed out here? Oh, why is Vera sending me tomorrow's radio music? Oh, never mind. Carl Shaw. Yes, Neve is an anglicised spelling of the traditional Irish name Nima. Pronounced Neve. Okay, meaning bright or radiant. Perhaps I should change my name to Neve, as I am bright and radiant. Oh no. It is strongly rooted in Irish mythology as the goddess Nima of the golden hair. Neve is also used as a Latin, Italian origin meaning of snow, but the Irish connection is commoner, popular usage. Thank you there, Carl. Yeah, there's Emma. Hi. No, it wasn't boring. It was all great to see the sights. Very informative. I don't know if it's really informative, Emma. But, you know, it takes people outside of the box to what you're doing to tell you sometimes, you know? Although I'm walking over, oh, is this boring? Someone else needs to tell you, yeah, it's boring. Or it isn't. I don't know. Mark Bowles didn't think it was boring, did you, my love? Did you? What was your favourite part of watching my videos, Mark? Was it me? Was it seeing me? Nice and close to the camera with all my, like, crevices in my face. Oh, Mark. Hello, Sean. Young Sean's there. Sean and his cat, Viva. Hello, Chris. Bit late joining. Just finished work now watching. You've got the on-air sign on the wall now. Yes. Yes, it's hanging there. It's hanging there. What you can't see, you can. Actually, you can. If you look really careful. No, if I tell you, you're going to be able to see it. In fact, I'm going to move in front of it so you can't see it now. Yeah. I'm surprised no one's noticed that. He says it looks really good now. I saw the exact same clock at my local A&E department. Yeah. If you want one of those new, very expensive, like 300 quid or something silly like that, crazy money. That cost me, I think it was £70 on eBay about 4 years ago now on eBay. So you do find stuff come up on eBay. I buy a lot of second-hand stuff, believe it or not. You know, I don't have a problem buying second-hand stuff, especially when you're saving hundreds of bleeding pounds, you know what I mean? You know, so I can afford another night in Claridge's. We're saving up at the moment, don't worry. Thank you to Sean and Viva. He enjoyed the videos in Germany, especially the boat journey and the chocolate factory where we bought little bits and pieces in there, don't we? Thank you very much. Jack Howard's there. Good evening, Jack. Hello, Jack. Evening, Chris. Life is quite troublesome at the moment, but you still managed to make me smile. Much love, mate. Thank you, Jack. Life is troublesome, isn't it? You know, mine isn't always plain sailing either. Certainly with, like, you know, stomach things and bowel things going on all the bleeding time that you don't ever seem to be wanting to end. Although the stomach has got a lot better since I went on those little capsules that someone suggested. I've now stopped taking them, and the problem up here doesn't seem to have come back. So I've got my fingers crossed with that, Jack. But whatever it is, keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies and the sunshine push the clouds far away. I am the new Vera Lynn, boys and girls. I am slightly younger than she was, but I am the new Vera Lynn. Thank you, Jack. Good luck to you, my friend there. All right, Sandra Mays is there. Hello, Sandra. She enjoyed the videos of Germany. While it is in Britain, all our shops are closing down and going to retail parks. You're not wrong, Sandra. You're not wrong, love. All this. Do you know, we've got in Bracknell, just opposite the church, actually, we have a Robert Dyer's that's been there, I don't know, about a year and a half now. And that's a lovely little shop. Always plenty of staff and great things in there, like gadgets and stuff. Never see anyone in there. I can't see it lasting, Robert Dyer's, which is a shame, really. I'm just as guilty as you. You know what I mean? Just as guilty as you. I just order it on Amazon. Tap, 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 tap. Tomorrow, little box arrives, I'm the same as you, really. There are things that you can get on Amazon that you can't get anywhere anymore, or you have to go to great distances to get to them, particularly electronic parts, like perhaps a plug adapter, for some audio thing, or piece of cable, something like that. All our Tandies went years ago, and then we lost the replacement for Tandies. I can't remember which I quite liked going in there. What was it called now? Oh, it's right at the tip of my bleeding tongue, that is. I can't remember. Anyway, and that sold all those little bits of wires and things like that. Listen, mate, I don't say you can get a cable from Curry's. Do not go to Curry's and buy cables. They will sell you some sort of gold thing for like 90 quid. Don't need it. Oh, the picture quality is so much better. No, it's not. Not to the normal naked eye, it's not. You can't tell whether you've used a gold cable or an aluminium one or whatever it is, or a copper one. You can't tell. Honestly, what a bleeding con that is. I just feel sorry for people who are conned into things when they buy stuff that they don't necessarily need, like a gold cable from Curry's. Just crazy. Don't buy anything like that in Curry's. I'm afraid I have to advise you, anything like that, go on the Amazon and buy it off there. And if it doesn't work, you can send it straight back, and they've got all that sussed. There's no hassle with sending stuff back to Amazon. There really is. It's really, really good there. All right. Okay, doke, boys and girls. Let me see there. Oh, look, Carl, here we are. The iPhone 17. Is that the latest one? Pro Max in orange. 2 titterbits. Titterbits? Titterbits. No, that's wrong, isn't it? Titterbits. Titterbits. Oh, whatever it is. Terabits. 2 terabits of storage. £1,999. My phone, 294. Thank you very much. Why do you want all that storage? What for? Well, I'd say I can record 2, maybe 3 videos on that and edit them. And once I've uploaded them to YouTube, I delete them. Why would I need all that storage on there? It's just such a waste of money there. And Matt Martins, before I forget about this, I did immediately want to answer your question you just put out to all of us. I consider myself an extremely friendly but sincerely honest person, thanks in a large part to my faith. I would like to address that neither my 9-year-old son or Jake found any of your videos boring in any capacity. Well, if it comes from a little person, there is some hope. I'm not sure that great niece Evie would find my videos interesting, or Harry. Those, they get bored so easily, those two. She gets very bored with boys quite quickly as well for some reason. Matt says, as a matter of fact, the longer videos always seems to be the ones that we enjoy the most. Isn't that weird? My sister hates them. So, how long is that one? She goes, how long is that? I said, well, about 2 hours. How long? Oh, you said you wanted to go to sleep. I'm only trying to help you, sis. I've got her a present from holiday as well, from Germany. She don't know what it is there. Don't tell her. If you've watched the Chocolate Museum video, don't tell her, okay? Because it was in that. In the viewing experience that Jake and I have, we intentionally carve out our time throughout the week to sit down together and take in your videos. Wow. I don't think like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And frequently, Jake has his pen and paper in hand, writing things down that you're talking about for us to follow up on with one another afterwards. Well, it's become ever so fun for both of us to use your videos as part of our bonding experience in our everyday life. Lovely. Son and father. It's beautiful relationships. Something heartwarming I wanted to share with you today is that Jake was recently telling me about somebody in his school who was diagnosed with something that has confirmed that their life expectancy is going to be extremely low. And they enrolled with a foundation called Make-A-Wish. I've heard of them. Whether or not you may be familiar with. But with that particular child asked to go to Florida to see Disney for the first time, which the foundation granted. Jake said that if he was in such a position, it would be that his wish would be that for him and I would travel to the UK together to spend a day with you, taking in things like the London Eye and using the Underground to visit various spots. This was a clear indication to me that at some point, God willing, the three of us need to meet up in this lifetime. And that's from Matt and Jake. Oh, thank you for those kind words there. That's very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed, yeah. You never know, Matt. You might not need to come to London. I might go to Canada instead. I quite like the idea of going on that. There's a train. Is it the Rocky Railroad? Something like that. And it goes all the mountains and, oh, it's just beautiful. Expensive. That's an expensive one. Oh, worry not. It's all for the videos. Tax deductible item. Thank you very much. Yes, that's why we're going, to make videos and try and make a little bit of money. Oh, someone was asking me how much money do I make. Well, when I last answered that question, I think I told you I was lucky to get about 60 quid once, maybe twice a year from YouTube. Now, it's more like about £150, I would say average, every month. So that's gone up a bit. And that's because I think really I'm spending more effort and time trying to do things. Like I say, I don't follow any rules. I refuse to follow rules. I just do my thing. And the only thing I would say is when I'm sitting in that hotel room or before I go, right, what can I do that's going to make a good video? Do you know what I mean? And therefore, that's when it becomes a business and like a tax deductible thing. So when I go on holidays, I can generally put through not all, but quite a lot of what I'm doing, ticket prices. For example, the Chocolate Museum. You know, I went in there, hour and a half video there, you know. So there we are. I've made that video. It has made a little bit of money, nowhere near probably what the tickets cost. But that's okay, because businesses can run at a loss at first. And I think I mentioned in the questions and answers video, you know, if you were getting like 1 million, 10 million people watching your videos, you'd be laughing. You know, you'd be laughing. I honestly don't think that I'm not in that sort of category. But while we're doing it, we can have a little bit of fun together, can't we? And share it like that. Anyway, thank you very much, Matt. That's a very, very, very nice email there, my love. Okay. Patricia in Manchester, did you receive the email from me last week? It included a video, a private video. I don't think so. I would have replied to you, Patricia. Do you want to send it again, my love? And I'll have a little look at that. Thank you very much, darling. I don't think I've received that. Thank you, Roy. Roy's there. Maplin's Electronic Shop. That's the one. And Maplin said, and Roy says, go to Benidorm with Big G. Go via Jaecoo. Listen, I know my bum isn't as big as some people's, right? But it's still big, and it's not going to be comfortable in a Jaecoo. I don't know what the Jaecoo planes are like. I know I won't get on a Ryanair plane. End of. That's it. Won't get on one. The only way I'd get on a Ryanair plane is to make a video for you. and then I can sit there and cuss. I might have to just buy the seats for the whole row. My sister and husband go Ryanair to most places, or EasyJet, and what the thing I noticed, they're not massively huge people, my sister and brother-in-law, right? But I remember he had this camera and they got to their row of seats and they struggled to get in this seat where but not because of their size, the gap where you have to get into your seat and sit down. It just looks so narrow. And the knees are almost up the front person's bum in front of them. I can't be comfortable, can it? Horrible. Horrible. Although I have been on a Ryanair plane, and that wasn't by any sense of means the most uncomfortable plane that I'd ever been on. The most uncomfortable plane I'd ever been on was American Airlines coming back from Vegas. It was like sitting on a plank of wood. And then every time you stood up, could you sit down, please, sir? I didn't like you standing up. That was the most uncomfortable plane, I must say. But there's just no room on those Ryanair. I can't get on one. I'm sorry. I think Mike Responto says there's nothing wrong with Ryanair. Well, if you're happy going on them, go on them. I want to go to Lourdes, and the only flight that flies to the airport near them is the Ryanair one. So it's going to be a train, and I'll stop off in Paris. Maybe I'll take Mark Bowles with me to Paris. Do you fancy going to Paris, Mark? Then we can go to Lourdes afterwards. You could put it right up we could go right up the Eiffel Tower, couldn't we, to the top there? Be quite nice. There's a lift, don't worry. Your poor old 40-year-old legs can get yourself up that lift, up those stairs, my love. Mark says, on the subject of your shows, the bit I look forward to is the ending. Is it the music you like, love? I never moan about the light or the mirror ball. Shut it, he says. Yes, you do, all the time. Ow, the mirror ball's not turning. He goes sometimes. Simon and Kelly are in Stevenage. Hello to you two. We like the jackets. You literally had your head in the clouds, Kelly and Si. And they say, we enjoy your vlogs of places you go to. And also great for people that can't get out and about. Yeah, I think we've had a couple of people as well there. And actually Sharon gets them, and Sharon and Martin get them as well. Where people send them, thank you, I'm like housebound or can't get out of the house or whatever. And it's like you've taken us along as well. So that's quite a nice thing to get a little message like that. All right. Lynn from London. What a lovely message from Matt and Jake. You had me in tears. You should be proud of yourself. You really do make a difference to people's lives. Thank you very much there. All right, are we up with the emails, I think? Oh, hang on, let me check spam. Occasionally, people's emails go into spam, and they get lost forever in there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We're all up on the messages. Mark Bowles, no, not the music. Thank the Lord it's finished. It's like a punishment watching your videos. Well, feel bad. Anytime you want to punish me, that's fine with me, Mark. I don't mind. Right? Okay, gang. Can I just show you a couple of pictures? Now, who is it who sent those? Tara in Melbourne, Australia, has been playing around with her. I think she's using the ChatGPT and has made some pictures. That's me. Outside Cologne Cathedral. It's a little bit I'm a little bit sort of camouflaged there, aren't I? I should have gone shoplifting while I was there, shouldn't I? I could have gone shoplifting there. No one would have seen me. Just about seen me there. But she's made a few different pictures, boys and girls. There's one of me as a piece of chocolate in the chocolate museum. I don't know why she sees me in those braces held up shorts for some reason. And then we've got, what else have we got? This one here. Barry Manilow live in concert featuring me. Which one's got the wig on, gang? Oh dear, which one's got the wig on, eh? And then I think you've seen the other two. There's me as a cat. And then there's the Cogsworth one there. All right, there you go. There's just a few pictures that Tara's made us on the thing there. Now I've been getting a little visitor I've been getting a little visitor into my garden. I say little, he's anything but little. Look at this, look. He keeps coming in my garden and he's looking at me there through the window. Big, ain't he big? What a beautiful creature. Interestingly enough, the 2 cats that come and visit have stopped coming now. I don't know if they can smell him or what. He literally come. Look, this is one in the afternoon. There's another one here through the window. Look. And he can definitely see me because he's looking. Now, if I open the back door, he runs off straight away and crawls under a fence. He's made like a crawfish. But he was quite happy there, like sunbathing in the sun. I think he lives on the other side of the fence, right? And I think that the sun doesn't get there. So he's coming in the garden sunbathing. Isn't that beautiful? But the cats aren't coming anymore. So that's, you know, it's a bit of a shame that really, that the cats aren't coming to visit me at the moment now. They haven't been for a few days ever since he came into the garden. So they must be able to smell them, I suppose, or something like that. Jet, thank you. Macklin was the electronic place. Thank you, Jet. Phil from Devon. Your hotel in Malta looks fabulous. It's... Oh, have I told you what hotel I'm in Malta? I don't think I've told you that, have I? In fact, I'm not even sure which one I'm in myself. Do you mean the one in Germany? Anyway, Phil says, your hotel in Malta looks fabulous. It's definitely been renovated and changed hands since I was there. Really looking forward to your videos from there. Not an advert, but I'm looking for a refurbished iPhone. And I found the best place to look is Black Market. Yeah, that's one. And isn't there one called Magpie as well? I got mine off the Amazon. Amazon have got all this stuff. Amazon refurbished. And the reason is so easy to send it back. So easy. So easy. You see, once you've got used to a company and how they deal with you, and if you're happy with them, you stay with them. And I didn't want to risk going to Black Market or Magpie. What if I have to send it right back? What are they going to be like? Whereas I know any problem with Amazon, you tell them, okay, send it back, take it to the post office, end of. See the miserable cow who works in Morrison's post office in Birchill. See if it's her or her mate. There's 2 of them. Miserable as sin. The old girl's all right. She's about 70. She's lovely, she is. The old girl. I have a good laugh with her. You still here then? Oh, I thought it was you. She goes like that. The fellas are a bit odd in there. The 2 fellas, they're just odd. I'm glad I'm not an odd person in any way, shape or form. I really am. So he's looking for a... he's got iPhone 13 as new, which was what this was, I think, as new. Just under £300. You're spot on. Here you are, happy days. iPhone 14, I've got that. The only thing I will say, Phil, it's still a lightning connector, okay? After that, they're all USB-Cs. So if you've got any gadgets that are lightning connectors, that will still work with your iPhone 14. That was why I stuck with the iPhone 14, because I recently bought those little clip-on microphones, and they've got the lightning connector. If I change phones, I'll have to buy new microphones. I don't think you can use an adapter, or to go from one to, or maybe you can. I don't know. Actually, who's got an? Oh, do you know what? Gary's got Gary, my nephew Gary's got. He's got USB-C on his phone. I could order an adapter. It would only be a couple of quid, and then try my mics out in his phone just to see if I ever wanted to change phones. But I'll be all right with that for a couple of years now. I'll be all right with it. I'll keep phones for 2 or 3 years. That's it. Thank you. Chris, you mentioned... thank you. Thank you, Phil. You mentioned the hotel last time on your Doubletree Hilton in Malta. Correct. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Always feel free to correct me, boys and girls. So, yeah, it looks like it's been refurbished. Happy days. Maureen says Weymouth would be a nice place for you to visit, Chris, as they have a swannery there. Do they really? Weymouth. Isn't that where... Mark Bowles, isn't that where... Isn't Weymouth where Pontin's Sand Bay is? Is that near there? Because then I'd be able to double that up, wouldn't I? We could go on a day trip there. A date to Weymouth with Mark Bowles. How's that sounding? Are you a little bit nervous, Mark? When I booked this Pontin's thing at Sand Bay. Is that near where? Are you a bit nervous? I don't know if I should ring. I should meet him or not, Yeah, a little bit. I probably won't know what to say to you. What I'd rather do is turn up at one of your darts events with all your mates and be really camp and effeminate. Hello, Mark, love. Can you imagine your face in front of all your mates? In fact, I might go through your friends list and find out who your mates are. Hello, I'm Chris. I want to do a joke on Mark. Can you tell me where he's playing darts on? Wouldn't you be horrified if I got off with one of those instead of you? Oh, God. Thank you, Maureen. Swannery. Let me write that down. Weymouth Swannery. I've got a feeling that Sandbay is near Weymouth. I might be completely wrong with that. I don't know. I've written it down anyway. Thank you, darling. Yeah, but anytime you want to show me that Eiffel Tower, that's great. Sanitary Bin Sean says, do you remember when the mirror ball fell off and knocked the Christmas tree down? Yes, I do. And nearly hit me on the head. That fell off once. Nearly knocked me out. He said, I still watch that video to make me happy. Oh, thanks a lot. I nearly wet myself when it happens in real time. Well, wait till you're older. It happens a lot more. Ask the people on here. There's a lot of people spend a lot of their time wetting themselves on this channel while this show was on. It's that interesting, Sean, that they don't want to go to the toilet. So they try and hold it, and it gets to the point where they just have to let it go. That's how it is. Oh, God blimey. It is funny. Thank you. Oh, look, here we go. From Roy, who is kindly, he's just so kind. Such a delightful point. Roy has kindly sent me the flights for Ryanair non-stop to Dublin. An absolute bargain. £30 round trip. Wow. And it's non-stop. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Ryanair to Dublin. £30 round trip. Blimey. Well, I hope you have a lovely time. I believe you're going away soon, aren't you, Roy? How are you flying there? Do let us know. Thank you, Roy. Oh, God blimey. No, I'm not doing that. I will not get on one of their planes. He's just bleeding rude anyway. Michael O'Leary, what a rude man. Although, to be fair, you know, I'd quite like to sit down. I think he'd be a laugh to have a drink with. But he's so blooming rude, isn't he? Michael O'Leary from Ryanair there. And Roy says, Ryanair Dublin return, 60 quid. I'll sponsor it and pay priority boarding for you too. What's priority boarding on Ryanair? What do you get for that then? Bag of crisps. I bet you still don't get free tea on there, do you? I saw my sister and brother-in-law buying some food on there. It didn't look that advertising to me. I mean, it is what it is, you know. You got the choice. Do you want to buy it or not, I suppose. You know, but I ain't getting on one of those planes. No, thank you. Sean. Hello, Sean. Hello to Mr. Sean. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but you're... is the clocks an hour slow? Is it? There you go, darling. There we are. We haven't done the clocks yet. Oh, that want to be slow as well then. So you can't really see the face on this, can you? Look. That's the sad thing about it. It's got a little magnetic door here. Oh, how do I get that open now? Hang on. Because I broke this the other week, didn't I? Oh, the whole thing just comes up. Look at that. Isn't that clever? And there's a little turning thing in there somewhere. Right. These are really heavy, these. Hang on. 10 past. Was it? 10 past 7. Oh, can't turn it in. There we go. 10 past 7. Very well made, these. 10 past 7. There we go. There we are. We've done all the clocks there now. All right. And it's no longer... There we are. It's no longer precariously balanced on the on-air sign because that's actually quite narrow. So, I mean, thank you there, Sean. I'm sure someone else said that as well. Carl, would you go back to Germany and wear your Lederhosen? I would go back to Germany, but I need a purpose to go there. You know, the list is starting to get quite long now. I'd really like to go somewhere each month, to be honest. It's quite nice going away. you know, each month, even though my stomach plays up something chronic. Oh, just before and after. It really does. But, you know, I'm hoping at some point it just stops doing what it's and starts doing what it should be doing now. Shania, the video where you sneeze in your garden chair and the chair tipped and you fell onto the grass. Yeah, I remember that one as well. Simon and Kelly, they've just come back from Exmouth in Devon. They went to Weymouth as well. It's very nice. I went on a camping holidays there when I was a kid. I've also been to the Swannery. So is that near Pontins in Sand Bay? No, it's Somerset. I think it's Somerset, isn't it? Yeah. Mark notes that I'm always playing with clocks. I like clocks. I like. It's just one thing. There's actually there's 5 clocks in here. No, 1, 2, 3, 5 clocks in here. There's one each side here. A great big one up there, which I've moved from the kitchen. There's a smaller one there. There's that one there, and there's these 2 here. I just like clocks. My mate's got a really nice clock, very, very valuable, beautiful clock, and he keeps breaking it. Well, his mum dropped it, I think, at one point. Very expensive clock he's got. Kevin in Edgware, you deserve to be one of the #1 YouTubers. Oh no, come on. There's a lot. You see, I think the problem is I don't really take it too seriously. Honestly, I don't. I don't take it too seriously. He says, you're just as good as your sister and brother-in-law. It's very kind. And we're all the same. All doing different little things in our own little ways. Do you know what I mean? They take it very, very seriously. Very seriously. Very seriously. Because it's a business for them, you see. For me, just a bit of fun. Just a hobby that I enjoy doing. And, I mean, to get some money, a little bit of money. You know, what did I say? It's about 150 quid a month now. That YouTube have started to pay me. That is not tax-free, incidentally. You have to declare that on your self-employment things. I mean, I don't deal with any of that. I've got an accountant in Scotland who does all. I send everything to him. Although I've got to start doing that 4 times a year now. From next week, we were doing it once a year. Now we have to do it 4 times a year. Why? Why is that? It's to do with, because I'm a landlord as well. That's where most of my income comes from, being a landlord. But I can't use the landlord's money to pay for the YouTube or the DJ stuff. They are separate entities. So if that's making a profit and that's making a loss, you can't use the profit from that to offset the loss on that. Do you see what I mean? They are separate entities. They really are. So, you know, if I have to pay so much tax on there and I've made a loss on there, doesn't mean that loss can use some of that tax. You've got to pay the full amount of tax on there. That's what the accountant says. And indeed, that's what happens. But I send everything to him. And you do, of course, have to pay tax on any income that's coming in at all, including the YouTube one, just in case you were wondering. All right. Anyway, it's very kind of you to say that. Thank you very much, Kevin in Edgware. All right, I've showed you my foxes, haven't I? I've showed you my foxes. I've showed you those lovely Tara pictures there. Okay, so ChatGPT, okay? Incidentally, can I just tell you once again, if you're in a chat box... If you're in the YouTube chat box and trying to send me a message on there, why isn't he reading out my messages? I'm not in the chat box, okay? It's too busy of people talking to each other for me to be able to be there and pull out my messages. So if you've got anything to send me, either use the text number at the top. It's just a normal text number, 07451 287 337. All right, 07451 287 337. If you're outside the UK, you'll need to use the email, which is chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. If you want to send us occasional message, although I can't kind of have a two-way conversation with you like that, because, you know, there's lots of other people sending in bits and pieces to do. So, ChatGPT, I mentioned to you near the beginning of the show, about an hour ago, that I'm looking at Japan for a sort of long holiday this year. I've now got an annual, an annual medical thing. what's that called? Travel insurance, which I've purchased. I left out America this year because I went twice last year, and much that I really, really enjoy time going to America. I mean, I love it. I love going to all the fast food places, visiting the Disney theme parks, visiting churches, just generally walking around, and the shopping. I love going shopping in America. I love it. You always get all these discounts and things at the till. You know, that's $8 million. Just a moment. Okay, we can get that down to $50. Well, I mean, not as good as that, but you know what I mean. And I love doing it. I love going to America. But this year, and I thought, no, you went twice last year. Time to do something else. So Japan is highly likely at some point. And I've been typing in little things and what have you. And Roy, my very good friend Roy, said, type it into ChatGPT. Tell it exactly what you're looking for. And it will plan it out for you. I said, oh, I can't believe that. But does it really? He said, go and try it. And I shouldn't really say this. The other night at work, I fired it up on the laptop while someone was singing. Don't worry, it wasn't you, Maureen. I was paying full attention to you, my love. It was one of the other singers who's not quite as good as you, darling. I cannot tell you who. I cannot tell you who. I cannot tell you who it was. Who was singing, you know, while I was typing into ChatGPT. So I did. And oh, where's that gone now? Oh, I've lost it now. Is it GPT, isn't it? GPT. So I'm going to tell you what I typed into here, and you will be amazed what it came back with. Right. Now, let me just pull that right back up there. There we are. Here we go. Create me a holiday. This is what I typed into ChatGPT. Create me a holiday going to Japan and showing me where to stay in 4 or 5-star hotels. I'm actually going to change that to 3 as well, I think. 3-star hotels are fine. That's what I usually stay in America, and they're perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. So, but on this occasion, I typed in, create me a holiday going to Japan and showing me where to stay in 4 or 5-star hotels. I want to fly with British Airways, club class, comfortable seat, 13 hours. You don't want your feet up someone else's bum. I want to see all of the Disney parks, ride on the bullet train and visit temples and anything else you may suggest. I want it to be no hotter than 28 degrees centigrade. Tell me about... Don't laugh. Tell me about the public toilets. IBS. You have to think of these things. Can I use Apple Pay everywhere? Can I get English or American or Italian food easily? So here we go. It then replies, here's a premium realistic Japan holiday plan tailored exactly to what you want. Fly British Airways club class, stay in 4 to 5-star luxury hotels, ride the bullet train, Shinkansen, visit all the Disney parks, explore temples and cultures, keep temperatures under 28 degrees centigrade. It continues. Best time to go. To stay under 28 degrees centigrade, you should travel late March to May. Well, we've kind of missed that one, okay? Or October to November. Although in October, haven't we got an holiday there somewhere? Hang on. Oh no, November. Isle of Wight. Okay. No, there's nothing in October, is there? Hang on. I have to have this now. I don't know what I'm doing from one day to the other. No. Look, not busy. October, not busy. Mark Bowles, all these days in October you could take me out on a date. Yeah, not the cinema. No, not the cinema. You're not getting me in that back seat, mate. Anyone would think I was easy. Anyway, best time to go. Late March to May, spring, or October to November in the autumn. Spring averages 15 to 23 centigrade. Autumn averages 17 to 28. So both of those are acceptable. Summer, June to August, often hits 30 degrees centigrade and very humid. Best pick April or October. Perfect balance of weather and scenery. 12 days luxury Japan itinerary. Day 1 to 2, fly and arrive in Tokyo. Fly British Airways Club World, London to Tokyo, which is Haneda. Lie flat bed, lounge access, priority boarding. Now, this one has put 5-star hotels, okay? So we're at the very high end now, the very high end. But you want to compare, you know what I mean? You want to compare. And it tells you the hotels to stay at. Aemon Tokyo, ultra luxury. Park Hyatt Tokyo, iconic views. And the Mandarin Oriental in Tokyo. That's days 1 to 2. Day 2 to 5, Tokyo and Disney. Disney Park, 2 days. Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, unique to Japan, better than the US or Paris, according to this. And this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard. The Japan Disney is the best out of all of them, technology-wise. And it's got a ride there that is nowhere else, and that is the Beauty and the Beast ride. That's the one. It's nowhere else, that one. Only in Japan. Tokyo highlights, Shibuya Crossing, Team Lab Digital Art Museum, Meiji Shrine, which is a peaceful forest temple, and Ginza, luxury shopping. Now, I'm not really a luxury shopping person. I have no interest in Louis Vuitton or I don't know what else. Cartier, what's that? Is that watches? Cartier? I've no interest in that, you know. But that being said, I like a bargain shop. You know, I like a bar. Ralph Lauren's okay. You know, that's okay. That stuff. That's all right. That's, for me, that's high end. It's not actually high end. It's mid range. That stuff. But you see what I mean? I've no interest in very expensive items. Never have been. Never have been. You saw that when I took you around the house that time. There's nothing expensive in this house. Nothing. No, there's certainly no jewellery or anything like that. Just imagine if a burglar came here, the mess that they'd make, pulling out all the drawers, looking for some jewellery. No, there's none here, mate. But then I'd have to deal with all the mess. I have a feeling it would be on the floor for quite some time before I cleared it up. Right. So that's days 2 to 5. So that presumably that is staying at that same hotel for 5 days. Day 5, bullet train experience. Ride the Shinkansen green class, he said, which is first class. Tokyo to Kyoto, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Try to sit on the right-hand side for Mount Fuji views. Now, I'm getting very excited telling you this now, all this stuff. This was the first thing it came out with. After I read all this, I started making little adjustments to it. And there was a picture that came out. Do you remember in a video I told you that I'd only once, had this dream about being in a forest with a path, very tall trees. Just keep that in your mind for a little while, okay? So Dave, that's day 5. The bullet train experience, 2 hours and 15 minutes on the train. That'd do me. To Kyoto. Kyoto, I think it says. Right? So after that, you're in Kyoto. Kyoto, I think I've got that. So days 5 to 8, Kyoto, temples and culture. Stay at the Ritz, Carlton, Kyoto, 4 Seasons, Kyoto, Hoshinoya, Kyoto, which is a river retreat. That sounds nice, isn't it? A river retreat. Must see Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is thousands of gates. Kinkaku Jai, Golden Pavilion. Arashiyama bamboo forest. Oh, what did I say to you about forests? Let me get my phone, because I haven't put the picture on here. I should have got the picture ready for you, darlings. But we're going to get a picture of this in a minute for you. And also must see Guion, which is the geisha district. Well, I think that's all the ladies in all them little tight clothes and all that, isn't it? Right? Okay, now let me see if I can find a picture of the bamboo forest for you. Give me a second, darlings, because I'm not finding this now. Okay. Can I open that up? Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. So I've dreamed of a forest with lots of trees, not recently, some time ago, and they're very tall. And it's got a path running through it. And when I was looking at this the other night, and I came across that picture, I thought, oh my God, that's just like in the dream. So maybe... And I was telling Roy this on the phone last night, I think I was. I rang him on the way back from work. 11:30 at night. He's up all hours, he is. And he said, that, you know, this is obviously where you should be going now. I can't wait to walk in that forest now. Probably more interested to walk in that forest than go to Disney now. Isn't that the weirdest thing? I don't know what it is there. It's not identical to that dream, but it's very, very close to how I remember this dream in my head. I always thought it was America that this forest was. Anyway, so that's that. So that's, where's that now? Kyoto. Temples and Culture, days 5 to 8. Day 8 to 10, Osaka, food and fun. Now, it doesn't say how you get there. Is that another... it doesn't actually say how you get there on there, so I don't know. Maybe that's leaving it to me. I should type in, you know, and tell me how to get there or something like that. But anyway, day 8 to 10, Osaka, food and fun. Stay at the Conrad, Osaka, St. Regis, Osaka. And it said highlights, food and neon light life at Dotonbori. Osaka Castle, yeah. I mean, just imagine a video there, right? Or Universal Studios Japan, where they have Nintendo World. Now, I can't remember seeing Nintendo World at Universal in Florida. It may have been there and I just can't remember it. But Nintendo, who had a Nintendo? Some of you know I do have a son who's in his 40s now. Sadly, there was no connection ever there between me and him. But I remember, I think I bought him one of those little Nintendo, the handheld things, yeah, with the little crisscross control thing there. I seem to remember buying him that. I can't remember what games he had on that when I had a little bit of access going on, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. So that's that. And then it says day 10 to 11, Hakone, relax and Fiji views. It says stay in a luxury Ryokan traditional inn. Gora Kaiden, it's a 5-star. Hakone Kawaikan Tenyu, and it's got a private hot spring called an onsen, I believe, and traditional kayaski dinner. Not sure what that is. I haven't really told it about my vegetarian thing here either. So you can go back. This is the beauty with the ChatGPT. It gives you an answer, and then you can change that answer. Oh, I've forgotten something. Then you put that in. I'm just reading you the first thing that came to me. And then day 12, return to London. Bullet train back to Tokyo. Fly British Airways club class home. So it continues. Food. Will you find Western food? Yes. Very easily. Tokyo and Osaka have tons of international restaurants. You will find Italian, Very popular in Japan. I'm all right with Italian. Pizzas and pasta. Just anything like it's a bit tomatoey. Very happy with that. American-style diners, lovely. Steakhouses, not for me. Pizza chains and artisan places. You can eat Western food daily if you want. Very easily, it says here. Payments. Apple Pay. Widely accepted in cities. Apple Pay works with Suica Pasmo, which are transport cards, many shops, convenience stores and trains. But Japan is still basically partly cash-based. Small restaurants and temples, cash. Recommendation, bring a card and some yen cash. Now it's saying just £200 to £300 in yen. That seems not much at all, doesn't it? For the amount of time that I'd be there, but that's what it says. Public toilets. All come from ChatGPT. Public toilets. Japan has some of the best toilets in the world. I might move. Heated seats. Bidet. Wash functions. Very clean. And it puts in brackets. Even in train stations. Come on, girls and boys. Are you in the UK like me? Oh, some of those bleeding toilets are grim here, aren't they? In fact, I went in a grim toilet this afternoon in Starbucks. I just ain't going to pop into Starbucks. I opened this door and immediately the smell hit me. Anyway, I walked over to the toilet. It had been flushed. But there it was, on the back of the pan. I've seen some shocking toilets in my time. I bet you have as well, haven't you? And why is it people pick their nose and wipe it on the walls? What is wrong with people that they would want to do something like that? Oh, dirty people. What's even more amazing is that the venues don't seem to clean it. Dirty people, darling. It says the toilets are free almost everywhere. Happy day. I had to use the toilet twice in the train station at Cologne. £1.50 to have a wee. I was desperately looking for a small dark alley somewhere. Are there any of those in Somerset, Mark? Small dark alleys that I could be pushed into. €1.50 to use the toilet at Cologne station. Come on. It says, honestly, better than most hotels in Europe are the toilets. It says public toilets, you'll love them. Fantastic. I wonder what countries have the worst toilets. I don't want to say in case we offend someone. Do you know what I mean? I think you know where I'm thinking. Oh, no. Extras experiences recommended. Add these if you want a wow trip. Michelin star sushi in Tokyo. No, not for me. Wear a kimono in Kyoto. Kyoto. A kimono. Isn't that... Didn't we have one of those in Claridge's? Round by the hotel pool, if I remember rightly. They're a bit like a dressing gown. Am I right? Roy would know. Am I right, Roy? A Kyoto? Isn't that like a kind of light dressing gown type thing? Brown colour, I think. Am I right? Yeah, I'll wear a Kyoto. Kimono. Day trip to Mount Fuji? Yes, but I need to know the toilet situation. Tea ceremony experience. Yeah, we'll have some of that. Oh, helicopter tour over Tokyo. It does say luxury option, so I'd imagine that would be really expensive. Let's have a quick look. Helicopter tour. Let's see how much that is over Tokyo. Tour. Get your guide. Helicopter tours 2026. Oh, hang on. Oh, God. £635. What? Oh, hang on a minute. Private group. Is that each? 10 minutes? 10 minutes? Is there anything cheaper? Tokyo helicopter flight over Mount Fuji. £2,587. Tokyo helicopter tour, Skytree Tower. £343. Oh, they're really dear, aren't they? That was when I took my nephew to Florida. It wasn't anything like that. I think it was probably about 250 quid for both of us, if I remember rightly. Oh, they are expensive. Tokyo night helicopter tour of Tokyo, 30 minutes, £1,975. Hang on a minute, per group. So are these all per group? 1 hour private group. Well, I mean, okay, so group of private group, Mount Fuji helicopter tour, 35 minutes. Okay, private group, up to 3, 1,970. So that's basically £658 each. That's dear. But I know what one or two of you are saying. How many times are you going to do that in your life? Got to be thought about, isn't it? Anyway, that's just been suggested by ChatGPT as an extra. It says rough luxury budget per person, flights, hotels, total for 12 days between £6,000 and £10,000. So dear, isn't it? But remember, we're looking at 5-star hotels at the moment, okay? We can drop down 1, 2 stars, 3 stars. It's all right, isn't it? Trip gives you Disney, bullet train, temples, luxury hotels and comfortable weather. Japan is extremely clean, safe, efficient and tourist friendly. This is what it says. And it then goes on to say, if you want, I can turn this into a bookable itinerary with exact flights and hotel prices, or customise it longer, more luxury or cheaper options. So then I asked it to bookable itinerary with exact flights and hotel prices and total costs. So then it starts separating it out and how much things will cost you. For example, the 4 nights in Tokyo at the Park Hyatt Tokyo would cost you about £2,600. That's just the hotel. You could save considerably on that by dropping down the stars, I would imagine. And I think I did do that somewhere along the line. Some lovely it gives you pictures as well of the various different things, you know, like Disney, that bamboo forest I told you about, Tokyo City during the day, and then it says, would you like me to build a perfect daily schedule so you don't waste time? And it gives you literally an hour by hour thing. Now, I'm not so sure how well that would work. And I'll tell you for why. It's all very well saying, right, get the train from there to... How do you get to the train station from the hotel? You've got to find that out first, you know. From the train station, get there for 2 o'clock. Well, how do you get from the train? Do you know what I mean? So you'd have to go into it further. But I can give you an example. Let's take, for example, day 6, travel to Kyoto. 8 o'clock breakfast, 9 o'clock train to Kyoto. On train, eat bento. I don't know what that is. Look for Mount Fuji on the train. 11:30 arrive Kyoto. 1300 hours check into hotel. 1500 hours Gion walk. 6:30 dinner, and then it stops. Day 7, Kyoto temples. 6:30 a.m. wake up early. 7:30 Fushimi Inari, quiet and magical. I don't know what that is. Oh, so it's a temple. Midday, 11 o'clock. Kinkaku Jai, 1300 hours lunch. Afternoon, 1500 hours. Explore streets. 1730, rest. I need that. 1900 hours, traditional dinner. So you see, it then gives you an actual time thing of where you should be at what time. And then it gives little advice bits at the end of that section where it goes the whole 10 days, your time and what have you. Because I think I reduced it to 10 days to make it cost less. And I think at this point, I'd asked it to do 4-star hotels only. And that then come down to between 6,200 and 7,000. So we've saved £3,000 there. You see? And that's 4-star. We could probably drop another star and see what happens, but I haven't got that far yet. Okay? And I said make it, I'd made it from, I think, 12 days to 10. So I've reduced that as well. And at the end of that 10-day holiday, it says, key success tips, Disney, arrive early, critical, it says. Prioritise top rides first. And it then says in brackets, do the Beauty and the Beast ride as soon as you get there, because the queues are just silly. Temples, go early morning, fewer crowds, no problem with that. Travel, be at the station 20 to 30 minutes earlier than the train. Excellent idea, especially if you can't find where you're bleeding going, you know. Final thoughts, this plan gives you 0 wasted time, minimal queues, balanced pace, not exhausting, all major highlights covered. And there you go. So that's me asking ChatGPT to create a holiday in Japan. And I think that's just so clever. So very clever, don't you? All right. So I just thought we'd touch on that. Perhaps you're considering going on a holiday or something and I don't know where I should go or what to do, or maybe you've got an idea. Type it into ChatGPT and see what comes up. All right. And you can do hideously luxury holiday where it's thousands and thousands of pounds, or even tens of thousands of pounds. Or you can do a really dirt cheap budget holiday. I mean, dirt cheap. Hang on a minute. Let's go on. I'll do it. ChatGPT. What's the time? Oh, ChatGPT. Do me a cheap budget holiday to Florida for 12 nights. 12 nights, flights and hotel package between £900 and £1,400. Look at that. That's the cheapest one. 7 nights Orlando package from £470 to £700 per person. Extend to 12 nights. It tells you where to stay. I don't think that includes tickets or anything like that. It says it's cheaper to book a package than separate flights and a hotel. Fly from Gatwick or Heathrow. Most deals leave from there. Don't stay at Disney hotels. You save a fortune. I've never stayed at a Disney. Oh, yes, I have. The really cheap one in Paris. I've never stayed at a Disney hotel in Florida. I have seen them, and they're lovely. They're really, really nice. I don't think they're aimed at foreign travellers, i.e. from the UK, to stay at Disney hotels in America. They are really, really expensive. If you were going and staying there for 3 nights, then yeah, maybe so. If you're coming from the UK and you're staying for 12 nights, awful lot of money. And you see, it's come out there. Typical cheap budget, bottom line, absolute cheapest would be £900 per person, but the deals are rare. Typical cheap budget would be between 1,100 and 1,400. Okay. It says extra costs to plan here would be your Disney Universal tickets. Disney ticket per person is about £550, and you can go 14 days for that every day if you want to. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know anyone who wants to go to Disney for 14 days, but it's cheaper to do that than by sort of, if you was in Florida, you'd want to be in Disney at least 5 days because there's so much to do, so much, really. But if you're in Florida, you don't just want to do Disney. There's so much other stuff to do. But as you can see, it will do budget holidays or luxury holidays, you know. I'm not bothered about luxury. I'm seriously, I'm not. But I want to be comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be bolt upright in a bleeding seat on a plane for like 12 hours. I can't be doing that, especially at my age. You know what I mean? Okie doke. Sandra Mays. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Chris. Do you accept video? As I'd love to send you a video of our clock. Yes, Sandra. You can send me one of those. I can't put it straight up for you, my love. Okay? That's a little bit clunky, to be honest, while we're doing the show. But I can certainly have a look at it and might put it on the next show. Oh, by the way, next Sunday, I'm not sure about next Sunday whether I'm with you or not. Okay? It depends how the internet's running up at the caravan, to be honest. There was a very nice man. He said he was sending me something, but I don't think it's been sent yet, or at least it's not got to my sister's house. Either that or she's nicked the box. Either that or she's nicked the box. I don't know. No, I don't think it's been sent yet, so I don't know what the internet's like. So if it's all right, we'll have a show next Sunday. But if it's not, there won't be a show. The radio show still happens because that doesn't require an uploaded high-quality video to be going out. That's mainly audio, and the video is quite a low quality that I send out. Although, if you're watching on a mobile phone, you wouldn't notice anyway. So just keep an eye out on the schedule whether or not we'll do a show next week, okay? All right. Hello to the Careys. Hello, Careys. Good evening, Chris. Loving your jacket. I feel you need just some balloons, like from the film Up. Love it. Hope you had a great holiday. Have a lovely week, dear. And that's from the Careys. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the videos there. Do you remember that film, The Red Balloon? It was a French film. That's a lovely, delightful film. Sad. And it's about this little red balloon, and this boy's got a red balloon, and he lets it go, and it goes up and starts flying, and he follows it. And that's all I want to say. I believe it's on YouTube. There's no talking. No talking. It's an absolutely delightful film to watch. Let me see if it's called The Red Balloon. Is it 2 L's or 1? 2 O's. The Red Balloon. And it's quite a short film. Oh, there we go. The Red Balloon. 1956 it was. If you type in The Red Balloon 1956, it's half an hour long. Watch it a little bit later if you want to. It's a lovely, lovely film. I'm sure one or two of you would remember it. Or maybe you don't remember it. As soon as you start watching it, you think, I remember this. And it's all filmed in Paris. Beautiful film. No, ChatGPT, dear. Do you type it in Google or is it an app? Actually, I think you can type it in Google. Chat, C-H-A-T, G... What is it now? GPT, dear. Just type it in there, love, okay? And you can muck around with photos and all sorts of things on there, okay? I could do a picture of you and me snogging, Mark. Would you like me to do that? On ChatGPT. Actually, Roy... Actually, I don't think Roy's seen you. I don't think he's got a photo of you. I could send him one if you want me to, Mark. Would you like a little picture of me and you snogging? It's amazing what AI can do. I mean, I can just look at that in hope, really, you know. Thank you. Nintendo World. Jace. Hello, Jace. Good God, I didn't know you was here. Hello, Jace from Reach on Air. Ba-ba-ba. Jace here in the morning. Have you heard my jingles for Reach on Air? Would you like to hear one? Would you? I've got the best ever jingles on Reach on Air. Hang on a minute. Is this going to be a copyright thing? Oh. No, I can't risk it. It might be copywritten. It might be copywritten. Not the bit with me singing about the singing with my name, but the actual music used for it could be copywritten, so I can't play them to you. Hello, Jace Flavel. Nintendo World is now at Universal Florida, open last year in the new Epic Universe area. So I was there last year in January. It must have been after that then, because I don't remember it. Nintendo World. I bet you've got all those games, haven't you, Jace? Have you got those games? Roy, say Kyoto is the place. A kimono is like a dressing gown. Thank you. I thought it was something like that. Thank you very much there. And Jason Sun, thanks for the internet bringing people together. It certainly does, doesn't it? The internet does indeed bring people together. Matt says you were asking if anyone's going on holiday this year. Yeah, I'm asking you now, gang. Are you going on holiday anywhere this year? Where are you going, I wonder? Where are you going to? Do you know, it's 10 to 8. The show's not long enough, is it? I could do at least another 2 hours at this point. I've got to tell you that. But I'd have to start at 4 o'clock. I must finish at 8. I couldn't start at 4 though, because I'm asleep then. I'd have to do a different day. Sunday night works for us, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's not a lot to do on a Sunday night. The telly's just trash, isn't it? Used to be some good stuff on the telly on Sunday nights. Poldark, do you remember that? Do you remember the Brothers? Ba-ba. Do you remember that one? The Brothers? Years ago, that is. Anyway, Matt says, we're preparing, as a matter of fact, to go on vacation this week, as Jake is now on a spring break for a week. We're taking a holiday via our personal vehicle to a different major city within our country called Regina, which is located in the next province over to the west of us called Saskatchewan. We plan on taking in a museum with a big dinosaur exhibit, which is going to be a hit with the kids, as they are both really into dinosaurs right now. Little boys are. They love dinosaurs. That's why I get on so well with them. Not even funny. Don't make up your own jokes, thank you very much. What do you mean I look like a dinosaur? Shut up. Are you going on a holiday next year, incidentally, or this year, boys and girls? Where are you going? Let me know. Let me know in a message, okay? Apart from that, we're going to take in all kinds of nature. We've just had some amazing bonding time together, both in nature and through our travels in our SUV. You made Jake off the couch. You made Jake jump off the couch in excitement when he heard you mention the potential prospect of one day travelling to Canada. Jake and I watched a number of British YouTubers take a British Airways flight from London to Toronto, where they board via the RAL train, which goes all the way to Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. And many of them actually end up stopping for a couple of days here in Winnipeg, as our city is directly along the route the train travels, as that train departs from the east and the west twice a week in each direction. What often happens is that once the British YouTuber reaches Vancouver, they then grab a direct flight from there via British Airways from Vancouver back to London. It's absolutely brilliant. You should also keep in mind that right now your British currency is worth almost double what the Canadian currency is. So if things look expensive as far as the Canadian prices go, please keep in mind it will actually be much cheaper for somebody who has the type of currency power as someone for the UK certainly would. So with you saying that about the Canadian money, presumably you're not on the same sort of level as the American money, because American dollars to pounds is not good. Hasn't been for some time now. I mean, it really isn't good. He said, I did also mean to follow up. Was my Google AI assistant indeed correct the other day when it mentioned that at some point you had mentioned me near the start of your chocolate museum video, but later ended up cutting it out? I can't remember now. I'm interested to know if it's lying to me or not. I don't think I would cut anything of yours out. You mentioned me near the start of your chocolate museum video, but no, I wouldn't have cut out a message from someone. All I would have cut out would have been sort of walking along where nothing was being said, or being on the river and there was nothing being said, just looking at water. That's bit I would have cut out. I wouldn't cut out anything that was talking in it. Not really. Have you come up with your entirety of your schedule to Malta yet? No, but I'm going to use ChatGPT. I know when I'm going. I know when I'm going, and it's in April. In April. I know there's an absolute ton of history there. The English is very widely spoken. There's some wonderful things to see in Malta. I mean, there really is. And you can do it all on a bus. No need to hire a car. I don't hire a car in other countries anyway. You know, I don't want to be so, oh, there's a scratch on there. That's $500, please. No, won't be able to do that to me, mate, because I'm not going to rent any of your highly overpriced cars waiting for me to trip up on something. I'm pleased to hear you're using ChatGPT as part of your travel planning process because it's an absolute game changer, especially if you put in some really good input about exactly what it is. Yes, you've got to tell it what you want. Exactly. Look at the way I put in public toilets. You know, English food. Next thing I'll be vegetarian. So I can go back on my Japan thing and adjust it again and see what I could type in. You know, I said to you, I look at 3-star hotels. What are 3-star hotels like in Japan? What's the time? Go on. Let's do that. What are 3-star hotels like in Japan? This is how quick it is. By the way, I subscribe to ChatGPT. I think I pay about £6 or £7 a month. Okay? Typical look and feel. Most 3-star hotels in Japan are business hotels. Simple, modern, very efficient, clean, minimalist design, compact, small, but smart use of space, usually located in cities near train stations, quiet and practical rather than luxurious. They're designed for salarymen, I don't know what that is, and travellers who just need a comfortable place to sleep. Cleanliness and qualities. Extremely clean, even the lower budget places, well-maintained rooms and bathrooms, friendly, polite staff. Do you know what I mean? You usually get free Wi-Fi, pyjamas, slippers, toiletries, hairdryer, kettle, fridge. Kettle! Need that if you're British. High-tech toilets. Oh, bidet and heated seats. I'll never want to leave the toilet. Well, there you go. You see? So there's a quick answer for us there, everyone. Yeah. This is what he did before he went on his upcoming trip this week, and the efficiencies it's helped me to achieve as far as maximising time is incredible. Thank you so much for taking the time to do the live broadcast. Jake, Emma and myself are all enjoying it. And I'm watching live in Canada. Isn't it weird? I'm here in my massive studio. Okay, it's a spare bedroom. It's tiny, this. It's not big. Mind you, the room at the caravan is half the size of this. It's tiny. But you wouldn't think it just by looking, would you? You know? Sending an incredible amount of love from beautiful Winnipeg in Canada. Thank you very much. Linda from Leicester, you're a bit late, love. Hello, darling. We're nearly finished, babes. Jo in Weymouth. She lives in Weymouth. And the Pontins Hotel are you referring to is at Bowleys Cove, just about 3 miles from the centre. So it's called Sand Bay, the hotel, the holiday place. Unfortunately, it's been... Oh, no, it can't be that one. No, this must be somewhere else then. Unfortunately, it's been left empty for a few years and has fallen into disrepair. It's a Grade 2 listed building. Was it called Riviera? Riviera. Ah, that's a white building, Riviera, because we went there as well. No, it's not the same place then. It's a Grade 2 listed building, would cost a fortune to repair. The Swannery is in Abbotsbury, a few miles outside Weymouth. It's worth a visit, especially when the cygnets are hatching in spring. Oh. There's a tropical gardens. Well, it looks like it's somewhere to visit anyway. And again, well worth going. Loving the show as usual. Thank you, Joe in Weymouth. Thank you, Gary. Mark Bowles, another subscription. I can't afford that. Don't worry about the time. 9 o'clock finish. No, 9 o'clock. I've got to get up the gym, dear. The weight isn't good. I'm going to quickly refer to the weight before we go. Phil from Devon. Forgot to mention in Malta, an idea if you fancy as a day trip on the fast ferry to Sicily. I've been to Sicily. I've been there. That's a nice place to go to, and it's Sicily. Thank you, Sandra. I got your video. I'll watch that in a bit. Right, finally, gang, we've just got to do the weight thing here. It's not gone too well for me this week, to be honest, gang. There we go. And I think, are we doing one more week? It's one more week of Lent, aren't we? there you go. E is where we're up to, okay? They're the people that have just kept it going all the time. And the best one seems to have been Beverly and Tara, who have kind of maintained. They've both gone down a bit. But me, I'm afraid, as you can see this week, I started at 13 stone 5.8. And today, it's not on there. I should have put that on there. Today I'm 13 stone 6.8. So, oh, it's so hard. It really is. What can you do? I don't know. You see, this is the problem. If only I took certain things a little bit more seriously, I might be more successful. Anyway, gang, thank you very much. It's time for me to disappear now. And I'll see you again maybe next Sunday. I'm not sure if we can do a show next Sunday or not. As I say, it very much depends on the internet and how well it's doing up at the caravan. If it's a decent speed, we'll do a show. If not, then that's how it is. The next video from me will be on Tuesday night on this channel, 6 o'clock. Okay, it's already been made and is all ready to go. So 6 o'clock on Tuesday is another cooking video. And that is how to make campfire stew. Nice spicy number. You get vegetarian option and a meat option as well. So that's on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, I'll be doing my little radio show, boys and girls. There it is. If you go to reachonair.com between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, that's where I am. Lots of chat, lots of dance music. There's a bit of ABBA in there and a couple of competitions. And we do have a real laugh there. So that's tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right, my sweethearts. Okay, thank you very much for joining me on this Sunday night. And thank you. Lots of messages coming in tonight. Little tidbits of advice, little bits. And thank you so much to the 2 or 3 people who kindly pointed out that my clocks were wrong. I do like incorrect clocks. Butler's Empire is on right now, boys and girls. If you type into YouTube Butler's Empire, you can watch their show now. See you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio now.